Hello everyone, I'm Bearadactyl, and welcome to tonight's Friday Fright Triple Feature. On today's menu, we're breaking mostly from the Summer of Shivers by starting with our old friend, found footage, where we may or may not contract a case of terminal stupidity. After that, we take a trip to a winter not-so-Wonderland and run out of gas in the worst place possible. Then, wrapping up tonight's feature, we once again find ourselves at the bottom of the sea, filled with reckless determination and another potential case of terminal stupidity. So sit back, grab some snacks, relax, and enjoy the show. And for our first feature, we have the Building 71 incident, which is of course an indie horror game that is looking to be like some found footage. And you know how I feel about some found footage. So let's get in, shall we? To ensure the best possible experience, it is recommended to use headphones and, if possible, play in a dark environment. Check and check. The music already has me unnerved, so there's that. The Building 71 incident. Well, why am I in Building 71? Why is there an incident? And what is the incident? Between 1997 and 1998, Building 71 at a university in the south of Brazil was closed after allegations of a gas leak. However, during this period, on several occasions, suspicious activities were detected from within the building. An employee whose identity was not disclosed decided to investigate and record the origin of such activities. The man ended up being considered missing by the police, but portions of the recording are now being released to the public. That is very hard to read. So, I guess that's my first criticism. Like, I love the VHS effect, but like, should be a little easier to read than that for a lot of people. But I have had far worse criticisms. Okay. Again, really enjoying the vibe. Okay. Zoom. A lot of games have this feature, but I've yet to find one that this feature's actually been relevant to anything. Also, fuzzy dice. Interact with objects, left mouse button, and E both. Okay. F, yeah, I figured. Oop. Let me click my door, okay. Oh, I'm breaking in. Even better. Let's see. Like I said, I'm loving the aesthetic so far, though I will say the VHS effect is a little strong, and it should be toned down just a bit. Like, yeah, old VHS tapes do bleed and such after a while, but I should be able to at least make out most of the details. Again, not a horrible criticism, I've had worse, and again, love the aesthetic, wish more games did this. Okay, can't do anything with that. I like being able to interact with everything. So how horrible is this gonna get? But yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for found footage horror games, and movies in general. That's why the Blair Witch Project is one of my favorite things. Will I play the game? Probably not, because I've already played it and completed it, and for horror games that never, in my opinion, makes a great experience. This is a programming class. I have no idea what language this is in. But, well, I know programmers follow me. So why don't you all explain to me what I am looking at, because I have no idea what I am looking at. Anywho. These are old. Then again, it's 1990s, I guess. Okay. Locked. Locked. I do have a run key. Keep forgetting I have this. the lighting effects in this game are actually, like, amazing. Like, of course, it has that retro graphics thing going, but, like, I love the lighting effects. Though I'm not sure they follow my preferred flashlights don't stop until they actually hit something logic. Fun fact about that, flashlights do not have a limited distance. Light continues on until light is stopped. I'm guessing this is just an abandoned school, which comes to question Building 71. Thought it was like an apartment at first, which I probably should have gathered at the start, the context. Oh yeah, I'm about to break into a school. I mean, it's better than no reflection. Alrighty. Ambiance isn't terrible. I feel more like I'm exploring than I'm actually, like, in danger, though. Speaking of, urban exploration is illegal in a lot of places. Don't do it. Or if you do, at least don't get caught. Note that I don't endorse doing any crimes or breaking any laws on this channel. Let's see, year 2000. Oh, Y2K. Welcome, students. It does feel like a 90s school, I will say, having gone to school in the 90s. Special edition. But it does feel like I said, it does feel like a 90s school, having been to school in the 90s. Like, right down to the doors, even. These are pretty much the exact classroom doors and stuff that my old elementary school had. My old elementary school that had a creepy boiler room. Hands. That are not open, so someone is shacked up here. Remember why you're here. I don't even know why I'm here. I am exploring. I would like to read that, but I don't think I can. And there's no way to pull it up and read it. So if the intention is to read those, that is part of why the VHS effect is bad, being as strong as it is. Is that just a card? Huh. Let's see here. Go across. Adobe Photoshop 5.0. The only reason I know that was Adobe Photoshop is because I recognized the old cover art for the box. Though my first Photoshop, I think, was CS2 years ago. There we go. There's the ambiance I'm looking for. There's that sense of dread. What happened here? This was an old school, but it doesn't explain the mattresses, doesn't explain the boxes of food. And people come here during a natural disaster. I know that happens. You'll cordon off old school buildings and stuff in some places. I doubt any of that's okay, and I imagine since there's dairy in here, the smell must be horrendous. Why did I open it again? I don't know. Mugs. So I'm gonna go off. That was abrupt. Okay. Getting darker. If I was intelligent, I would be bailing. Like, right fast in a hurry. Am I gonna be chased by something? Which, again, I've said that before. I like horror games where I have a feeling of apprehension, but I don't like being chased, typically. Especially if the thing chasing me is going to one-shot me and make me start all over. I will come back to this room in a minute. I'm hearing noises that I don't like. Dolly. I'm gonna go watch the videotape now. am I being... what is with characters in horror games not just bailing immediately? Like, sometimes when you see certain things, you should find the nearest window and vacate the area. Let's see. And this is why people die in horror movies. Because you don't bail. Alright, let's go see what demon was summoned here. I have a feeling I know what the event was. Alright then. Boarded up. That is not an occult symbol I reckon. Occult. So, as I've mentioned before, I have a fear of dolls. That also extends to things like mannequins or anything in the uncanny valley. Oh, everything's breaking down fast. Yeah, I have a legitimate phobia of dolls, and to an extent mannequins. Mannequins not as much as dolls. They make me unnerved, but they don't, like, really set my anxiety off like dolls do. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna turn around and something kill me. Yup. Porcelain dolls in particular, by the way, are the things I dislike. Maybe I should, not stare at the growing hole in the sky. Now we're just stuck here and we're just gonna do this? Okay. Oh, never mind. But yeah. Probably, like, I can't make promises, but don't expect me to play doll-based games. Like, actually, a good example of a doll-based game that I physically cannot play, oh no, is Emily would like to play, or Emily wants to play. Something like that. It's all about dolls, and, I could not do it. I would very much appreciate it if there were no actual jump scares. But I don't trust any indie game developer these days with not having jump scares. More with the theme of the haunted TV. What the hell was that? Oh. I'm smart enough to do that. Oh no. Am I not smart enough to hide? Can I leave? No? There is an open window. Let me leave. Let me not be that person. Get in there, I am just gonna... No. Negative. Also, the clock ticking is a nice touch. I am, not... I'm just dead. Don't know what would cause the VHS to act like this, but... Well, supernatural, there was a demon, I should have left. Let this be a lesson, no jump scare. For the love of God, no jump scare. Let this be a lesson. You wander into a building during a bit of urban exploration. You see candles. Leave. Oh no. Like, the second you see anything occult, you bail. Take this for someone who's experienced an actual haunting. You bail. You bail and you don't look back. I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't understand the lyrics. At least if that is Portuguese. No, there's English in there. Look at the... This is a... This is a local 5358 reference? Yeah. Look at the moon. This is what reference to sky watching. Ooh. But no, I'm pretty sure that was English. Maybe with Portuguese mixed in. I'm assuming English. Any language here not English, I'm assuming is Portuguese in general. Because Brazil. And if I recall, isn't Brazilian Portuguese different than Portugal Portuguese? Look at the moon. Do I just draw the curtain? No? Okay. Everything is getting more and more distorted, I think. I'm gonna be completely real. This is one of the best horror experiences I've had since I started this channel. Unironically. Just please no jump scares. Didn't look at the moon, but I saw something I didn't like. So, what happened? Who got me? Did I join the cult? Was I sacrificed? I feel like I should probably have put an epilepsy warning at the start of this. Like being completely real. And there's that music. Huh. The building 71 inches. You know, I love this. I loved every second of it. This was great. I want more things like this. You to participate in survey and help my research. Escape to remove tape. Yeah, I loved every second of that. And I want more from this particular developer, and if they do make more, I will play it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a reference to, or at least in my opinion, was it Local 58? I think it was Local 58. Let me check to be sure. I don't want to get that wrong. I'm 90% sure it's Local 58. Where it's another YouTube channel, which if you get a chance to check it out, please, because it's great. But it's basically Local 58's a news station that's frequently hijacked, and there's a bunch of weird psychological horror stuff going on. And this one seems to be a very, very close reference to Weather Service, which was the first one on the channel, which goes on about saying, like, don't look at the moon. don't go outside, don't look up. And then it ends with, if you are afraid, we will look together. And it's great. But highly recommend Local 58 and this game if you want to experience it. Even if you just experience it here. I know playing and watching is different. But like, yeah. Love it. But let's move on to the next feature, shall we? And for our next feature, we have The Passage, which is a first-person exploration type deal. I don't know a lot, other than it was a snowy hellhole like Vold, my old enemy. But from what I can tell, it looks good. So let's get started. Okay. I have a health bar. That's good. Okay. A little bit of micro stutter and an occasional actual stutter. So I'm looking for, I'm assuming, fuel tanks for my car. Okay. Now this is another distinct aesthetic I really like. Like, I like the low-res look, but I also really, really like the enhanced lighting effects. Kind of like how they gave Quake that ray trace treatment, which NVIDIA quickly monopolized upon with RTX and tried to implement their own technology as a standard to try and snub AMD. But let's not get into that, because I feel like all technology for graphics rendering and the such should be somewhat open source. At least somewhat in the vein of Vulkan, things along those lines. But again, actually no, Vulkan might be closed source. I don't know. Not a programmer, but Vulkan, great. Nothing should be closed source and relegated to a company's specific technology. Developers should be free to use it on any range of hardware they want, because if they can't, that creates a bit of a potential monopoly problem. Tech rant over. Let's get back to the horror game. Actually, really like the music. Not quite experiencing any horror yet. Also, I have no idea where the car is, so I might have already goofed. Oh, I have a jump. I never have a jump button. So I've got a health bar, so what can kill me? There's a run button. Oh, I hit the wall. To be fair, though, bailing like that is the intelligent. Like, oh yeah, I'm stuck on the side of the road. You should probably keep following the road until you actually find help if you're well, like, equipped for the weather. Kind of like if you get stuck in a forest updale, there's two ways to go about it. You stay in place and hope someone finds you, or you do the thing that usually gets people killed and just wander off into one direction. Or just wander off. Wandering off in one direction might not be the worst thing, but I would suggest staying in place. At least people know you're there. Hi? I'm gonna call you Gumbo. Also, I should avoid Gumbo. Yeah, get lost in woods, stay in place, wait for help. If you're in a place where you don't have help, well, I hope you have a map. Though realistically, with the technology of today, I think almost everyone should have GPS with their smartphone, so there's that. But what if I want to get away from... No, don't. Take a lifeline with you if you're going to go into the woods. Go out into the wilderness, for the love of God. The gods. For the love of whatever power you believe. Take a lifeline with you. Don't be that person that dies because they wanted to get away from... Oh, the van's engine's broken. I went to find a mechanic. Get a weapon from our hideout. I will meet you as soon as possible. Alex and Mark. Dave. Interesting. See, that light implies that someone lives here. Knock, knock. Well, painkillers. Soda. A brick oven that looks very, very familiar. So this all tells me I might be somewhere in Europe. general design and aesthetic of all this. Eastern Europe, most likely. Who knows? I could just be BSing. I wish we could go back to the good days. Food and water short. I miss the sight of the loved ones, but they are all gone now. I should be gathering some of this stuff. Unironically. I know Gumbo's stomping around out in the wilderness. But I get a feeling Gumbo's not the only one. Oh. Don't look for Dave. He'll be back in a few days. Alex. I'm sorry, Maria, but I'm going to show the stranger the weapons back at the tower. We need help. We need help to fight the ghouls. Ghouls? I didn't see ghouls. I saw a Yeti named Gumbo. I haven't seen any ghouls. So there's a tower with weapons. I assume they might mean the water tower back there? Anyway, I'm looking for gas tanks and I'm not finding them. But at the same time, I feel like I should, go grab a weapon, if there is one. Which, to be fair, don't get me wrong, I like being able to fight back. But I also... This place is no longer what I remember. This place is hell. There are no weapons, are there? Nope. Like I said, horror games where you can fight back are nice. I appreciate and like fighting back. But at the same time, if I can fight back too much, it's no longer a horror game, and it's just a first-person shooter game. Because when I'm more dangerous than the threat in every way, what's actually the threat? Times are hard, and people can be monsters, too. Huh. I'd love it if you all had a weapon or something. Well, there's that tower. Yeah, I love the design of this game. Like, everything about this aesthetic, I am all about. Well. Mention weapons, and there are no weapons. Lovely. 2 more needed, so I guess go back and... maybe check that van. Wow, I move fast when I strafe. So I found the ghoul. Actually, no. I found Gumbo. Gumbo's not a ghoul. Gumbo's just a lone Yeti. You know, Gumbo was minding Gumbo's business. Then these ghouls and people showed up. Gumbo just wants to be left alone, you know? So I'm gonna follow that advice, and I'm gonna leave my boy Gumbo alone. That's a river. Also, gas cans. Thought I heard her. But it just sounds more like intense wind now? Whatever. Wish I had some direction to go off in. I heard stomping. Gumbo, is that you? I won't bother you, Gumbo, as long as you don't bother me. Everything is all good, Gumbo. Don't eat me, Gumbo. But since I feel like I am getting nowhere, I will be right back when I actually make some sort of progress. That was a short wait, because here's some sort of progress. That's a weapon. Why can't I ever pick up the weapon? There's a gas tank. What? I could have sworn that my cursor just lit up. Am I just dumb? Mayhaps. Any of these tools here I should take for... I have literally already seen something wandering out in the darkness of the forest. So, like, I feel like I should be a little more concerned with grabbing something to defend myself. Like, you know, this axe. So I'm curious. Does the AI get more aggressive the closer to, like, escaping I get? Not that I have any idea where my vehicle is, so odds are I'm gonna die either way. But I have found one tank, so that is progress. Again, I love the feel and aesthetic of this. I normally hate, and I mean hate, snowy wastelands. But so far I'm not disliking this one. And I feel like I'm on edge, but I'm not running from something. Which is also, in my opinion, a very good way to do horror. The sound design is just enough to keep me, like, looking around. Ah, there's number 2. You were sleeping, so left this message. I went at Alex's hideout to help him with the stranger. Don't go outside. It's dangerous. Mark. Huh. Well. Got the fuel can. Turn to car. Maybe grab a gun. There is a gun on the wall. It's a bolt action, but it's a gun. Okay. Let me find the road, and I think I'll be good. I don't notice any ghouls, though. I only noticed Gumbo. Oh, hi, Gumbo. Bye, Gumbo. Don't get me wrong, Gumbo. You're a cool guy. And you can do your whole lumbering around in the wilderness thing. Just don't lumber over to me. We're good. We're kosher. Alright, found the road. So I guess the magic question is, where's my vehicle? I think I'm getting close. Make sure I'm not being pursued too hard. Also, finding 2 just random jerry cans of fuel out in the middle of the wilderness seems a bit fortuitous. Not gonna lie. I think I'm going the right direction. I found the road either way, so... This isn't the right direction, the other direction will be. Right? That's how roads work? Let's see. Running sideways is great. Yeah, I have no idea where... There it is. I know Gumbo's stomping around in the wilderness, but... honestly, this is a pretty chill experience. You won 13 minutes and 37 seconds. I won with the score of leap. But that is joking and stuff aside, that was... The environment is A+. The world building, not bad. I had a good idea what was going on. But the horror... calling this horror is a stretch. Like, yes, there was a monster that was lumbering around. And I always felt like it might just pop up at any time. I wasn't scared. I wasn't really apprehensive. Just like a little paranoid, I guess. So... I'm going to give this game a C. All points in environment, all points in aesthetic. But in terms of actual horror game, I can't give it that great. But don't get me wrong. Love the aesthetic, feel, all that I've been going on about. Even like the piano music in the background's nice. But I feel like this could have just been an exploration game. That you just explore this world and whatever's going on. And not necessarily a horror game. Those are my thoughts. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just someone who plays these games for fun and then records it and uploads it to the YouTubes. You know, feeding that algorithm until the day I am but a withered skeleton. But, all that being said, let's move on to the next one. Alright, and for our final feature of the night, we have the Serena Expedition, which is a horror platformer, actually, involving the ocean. Which is nice. Oh. I can actually use a control. I will use a controller for this. Given it's a platformer, I'm gonna be real. Platformers should be played with controllers. Fight me. Alright. Begin game.
I remember getting the call vividly. I was trying to finish up for the day, but a stack of paperwork was keeping me late. To be honest, I was also looking for reasons not to go home. My phone rang, answered it, and the director of the institute was talking, albeit disjointedly, about something that had turned up in a recent survey of the Serena Deep.
Control, this is Sierra Echo 1. Connected to Docking Walkway, now leaving the bathysphere.
Copy that.
Hold on, let me see if there's subtitles for this. I didn't see. No, there was no options menu, was there? No. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, so there appears to be no subtitles, which is a shame.
She described something that showed up in sonar imagery, 200 to 300 meters long, and too regular in shape to be a natural formation. I thought she was getting ahead of herself when she called it a facility, but more detailed scans seem to confirm this.
Okay. Yeah, no subtitles is a shame. So I will try to shut up when there's dialogue. Alright. It's a platformer, so I'm gonna platform. I love this, by the way. Square Z. You mean X, because I don't use a DualShock controller. The stick placement for PlayStation controllers is incredibly awkward and uncomfortable for me, that's why I don't. I think the gold standard for a controller should honestly probably be the...
central hall. Seems to be where the living quarters were. There's a number of cells along the wall. No other traces of life there. Seems to have been abandoned. It's odd. The construction looks like it's from the 1980s, 90s.
Copy.
But like I said, I feel like the gold standard is like an Xbox One controller. Because it's just a nice controller that fits comfortably in your hands. Nice ergonomics. And I feel like the... Oh. And I feel like the stick placement is more natural.
Sierra Echo 1, this is Control. We are seeing considerable elevation in your heart rate. Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Could you monitor my external readings for anything out of the ordinary?
Roger.
That was,
Thing is, there's no record of any structure of this size having been constructed underwater anywhere. And certainly none at a depth of 10 kilometers below sea level. So who built this thing? When? And why? I have so many questions.
the audio is not normalized, I've noticed. Okay.
Coming Control. Are you picking up anything unusual in my external readings?
Negative, Sierra Echo 1. We are registering continued elevation in your heart rate and blood pressure, however, which indicates acute emotional distress. We advise caution.
I'm fine. Over and out.
No, you're not fine. You're hallucinating. Why do people always do that? I'm fine when they're not. They're so clearly not.
I was chosen to pilot a bathysphere down to the structure and investigate it. An atmospheric diving suit was obviously necessary at that depth, but I've been working on a new suit that utilised highly sophisticated equipment for underwater surveys. This seemed like the perfect opportunity to test it out.
Like I said, the audio doesn't seem normalized. Like, we have the audio logs playing in the background. And I get that, like, it's supposed to set the course versus me communicating with the team. But at the same time, without subtitles, it's really hard to make out the lower volume dialogue. You know, I love this game, though. Like, I love everything about this. I might have my issues with the ocean some.
I'm in what looks like a storage room. Can't tell what was stored here. I'm still not sure what the purpose of this facility was.
Sierra Echo 1, we recommend returning to the bathysphere. Your vitals are highly erratic, and we're concerned for your well-being.
I can't yet. Everything's fine. Over and out.
How to be stupid. Exhibit A. I'll be fine. I'm fine. Spoiler. She was not. She was the furthest thing from actually being fine. Are you enjoying my Morgan Freeman? Or is it actually terrible? We'll find out when I actually review the audio. Just know that it was in this moment that she fucked up. And no, I will not censor that one. I'm allowed to have some things I don't censor, YouTube. As she traveled around at the bottom of the sea, every now and then, she would see some things that were not real.
Yes, I'm aware of the dangers of a dive to that depth. Of course I am. I've been diving for most of my life. And this didn't seem like something I could pass up. The mystery consumed me. I have to know what it is.
And we learned that she was very foolhardy. On top of foolhardy, quite stupid. There will be a flashing lights and epilepsy warning at the start of this video, for very obvious reasons.
Sierra Echo 1, this is Control. We order you to immediately withdraw from the facility. Your behavior is jeopardizing your safety.
I have to. I have to find out.
Please, Ed.
She is not the most intelligent person on this earth. That tongue waggle was quite hilarious. Is this getting old yet? I hope it's at least amusing to some. It's amusing to me. And that there is what makes all this special. Am I consistent when I do these? No. No, I am not. Okay. I am falling into the butt crack of the ocean.
Everything was black. And then I opened my eyes.
And there she saw me. Oh God, Morgan Freeman. Jokes aside, though, I did love that. I want more of it. I want this to be a full game. Yes, please. Puzzles were simple, but I feel like this is more of a demo than an actual game, given it was made for the Summer of Shivers game jam. But I liked it. And I think this is an excellent game to end our Friday Fright triple feature on. As always, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all in the next episode. If you're enjoying your stay, please like, comment, subscribe, or any combination of those things to feed the almighty YouTube algorithm. This is Bearadactyl signing off, and I'll see you all later.